Good morning, good evening, and everything in between. It's your favorite Disney dads here to keep you entertained from rope drop till final firework pop. It's always a good time in this kingdom, so adjust those ears and gather your snacks. And settle in, fellow Mouseketeers, because it's about to get magical. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of Dadventures Around the Kingdom. Now, I have some good news and I have some bad news. The good news is we're back to give you another episode. The bad news is we're not at Disney World anymore. And yeah.
Yeah, I'm actually depressed. I'm depressed. I'm excited to talk about Disney World, but I'm definitely, I said this to you, I was like, well, this sucks we're doing this podcast because that means we're home already. And that blows, Stevie. That definitely blows. But it was a fun freaking vacation.
It was.
Oh, man. It
was.
I'm excited for this little episode. We're going to do a little trip recap. Especially because, Stevie, we had pretty different trips because, honestly, we were there at the same time. We didn't see each other that much just because we were both busy with our own families and stuff like that. So I was excited to get a little more recap. I know basically things that happened on your trip, and you basically know things that happened on mine, but excited to hear you talk about them more in depth from like the couple times we got to see each other here and there in the parks, back and forth.
Yeah. For those, listening, it was really like the plan was for us to, try and meet up a couple of times and things like that. And it was really like, I feel like the most times that we met up, we just happened to see each other while passing, which is kind of crazy if you think about it. Like the thousands and thousands of people that go to these parks every day, and we pass each other and we're like, oh, hey, there they are. Like, hey, what's up? But that was pretty fun. So there's no need to do a Mouseketeer moment just because all of last week was a Mouseketeer moment pretty much. So let's just kick off with just a recap of like, how the week went. So Cam, I'm going to ask, so one, where'd you stay and who did you travel with?
Yeah, so we stayed in a one-bedroom villa at the boardwalk using our DVC points, our Disney Vacation points. So it was very fun. So it was me, Lisa, my wife, obviously, who was on last week's episode or 2 weeks ago episode, my daughter Kylie, and my parents. We split the one-bedroom suite. So it was really nice. My parents, they let me, Lisa, and Kylie have the bedroom. So we had the bed, and then we had Kylie in there for a crib. And then we had my parents slept on the pull-out couch out in the living room area. It's just really helpful to have these one-bedroom suites, especially with the little kid who goes to bed earlier than everyone. Like our very first trip with Kylie, we would stay at the Riviera in a studio. And the Stevie, I think I've told the story of the pod. Like we were lights out, quiet as a church mouse the second she tried going to bed. And we're like, well, I'm an adult. I don't need to sleep at 8 p.m. And I was just wired awake. I told the story where I've eaten chicken fingers in the closet because there was a light source in there. So the one bedroom's nice because we can stick Kylie in there. It's nice having my parents in the same one bedroom suite as us, just because they can be there with us. And our very last night we were there, we went out to Magic Kingdom to see the parade while they stayed with Kylie while she was sleeping. So that was nice. So we went with them. And then my parents, two of their really good friends who I've gone to Disney with a bunch too, Debbie and Ray, they were there as well. And then obviously you guys were there, but yeah, so we stayed there Saturday to Saturday in the one bedroom suite at the boardwalk. What a great hotel. I love that hotel. That's the hotel I've stayed at the most during my time here at Disney World because it's my parents' favorite. And I love it a lot too. I just really love the Riviera, but I love how easy it is to get to Epcot and Hollywood Studios through walking to Epcot, boat to Hollywood Studios. So that was great. But Stevie, who did you travel with? Where'd you stay?
I traveled with my wife, Katie, who was also on the Mother's Day episode, my daughter, Jazzy. And this time I brought my brother, Sabian, and his girlfriend, Katarina. We had a blast. We stayed at what has been becoming one of my favorite resorts, Art of Animation. I love the Skyliner. We had a one-bedroom family suite. We were lucky enough with all of our, wishing and praying to stay at the Cars Resort, which was, well, not the Cars Resort, but in a Cars suite, which was absolutely awesome. Mater was parked right outside of our building. And we loved it. We did the one bedroom split. So that way, Katie and I took the one bedroom. We had the crib in there as well. So just like you said, when Jazz goes down, we had the tent over it. So it was blacked out anyway. But when she goes down, we can still do things, watch TV. I can, run and grab some food from the calf, which I have to say, and I'll talk about it later, but Art of Animation calf is very underrated, I would say. I think it's awesome. But yeah, it was an awesome trip. We went Friday to Friday. And I loved it. I will say, before we go even further, this was probably my favorite Disney trip to date.
I knew it was going to be, because especially with Jazz being older and getting it now, that's how we felt last year, and we felt it even more this year. The more the girls understand what the hell is happening, the more fun it is. Like that very first trip that Kylie went on with Jazz, what was that, 2 years ago? Like that was fun, getting to see it through their eyes, but you're not really seeing it through their eyes because they get it, but they didn't really get it. You know what I mean? Like Jazz wasn't even a year old, right? Kylie was 14 months, so there's no way Jazz was a year old. Jazz was like 10 months, maybe.
Jazz was 10 months.
Now she's like excited going, like I remember in our rides to the train being like, oh, I'm going to Mickey's house. Like she understood, she gets it kind of thing. So I knew it was going to be the best trip ever. And I think I've shared those on this podcast too. Like I helped book your guys' trip with a travel agency. I remember calling in to request the car suite, and that text I got, because you guys went the Friday before, I was sitting on the floor playing with Kylie, and I got the text of the Mater figure that's outside your room. I was like, yes, they got it. Let's go. That's awesome for them. I was so excited for you guys.
Yeah, it was an awesome time. Yeah. So let's continue with this recap. So before we continue, for those that don't follow our socials, Cam, you shared some pretty big news on your socials. Do you want to share it with the listeners?
Yeah, I didn't know if I was going to put it in this first part on who I was traveling with, but we were traveling with an additional passenger. My wife, Lisa, is pregnant, 24 weeks today at the time of this recording. So we announced it on Mother's Day to the side of the Magic Kingdom, or the side of the castle, Cinderella Castle at Magic Kingdom. We're having a baby girl, so Kylie's going to be a big sister, just like Elsa's, like she says. So it was really, really cool. Probably my favorite part of the trip was getting to make that announcement, because we didn't, like, it's obviously, Katie knew, our friends and family, like close friends and family knew, but like people that were like friends with on like Facebook and stuff like that, that were like friendly with in high school and college, but we don't really talk about, they all found out. So it was nice hearing like congratulations from them and from like kind of distant family friends that we haven't really talked to in a while, that we didn't want to share the news with too many people. But it was really cool, especially where we took the picture. If you go to my Memory Vacations, Magical Vacations by Cam Instagram, it's on the side of the castle. It used to have a bridge back there, now it doesn't. But that's a special spot for me and Lisa, because that's where I proposed to Lisa, is on that side of the castle there. Because like I always say, that's the best spot to propose, because you don't have people's butts going behind you on Main Street, or somebody doing something stupid behind you, because it's just you in the castle. So every year that we've gone to Disney since we got engaged, we always take a picture there. Now we include Kylie in that, and now we got to make our announcement that Lisa's pregnant. So baby number 2 coming in September, which we're really excited about. New little princess joining the crew, so we're very excited. Hopefully we'll be in Disney World with her next November 2027 for her first trip. So some good stuff. Very exciting. I think I almost let it slip on the podcast a couple episodes ago, and I caught myself from it. We were touch and go even if we were going to go on this trip originally, because we found out Christmas morning, we found out Lisa was pregnant, and we had kind of talked, like, we booked the trip, like kind of hoping we weren't going to go, because we were hoping Lisa was going to be pregnant and that we wouldn't be able to go on the trip. But when she got pregnant, was like, we knew it was going to end up being second trimester. So we're like, it could happen. Every doctors cleared it. Everything said it was good to go. So we went with it. It was actually funny the way we told my parents that Lisa was pregnant. We're like, hey, so like, do you mind if another person comes on the trip with us? And they're like, what do you mean? Like, who's coming? And I'm like, well, and then we told them Lisa's pregnant. So all good things. Very magical moment. I always say this, Disney's for us has always been about making magical memories ever since I was a kid. So having this other memory of also getting to hang out with Kylie there too, her last trip as a only child, basically. Not basically, it is her last trip as an only child at Disney World, but then getting to be like, show our daughter one day, like, hey, this is where we announced that, like, you were in mommy's belly and you can see mommy's clearly pregnant with you, kind of thing. And you were at the Magic Kingdom and you got to ride Small World while you're in mommy's belly. So it's going to be cool that we'll get to share that with her one day, those pictures.
Yeah, that's awesome. I saw the news because I think, like you said, so you guys found out on
3 a.m.
Christmas morning.
3 a.m. Christmas morning.
3 a.m. Christmas morning. But yeah, that's awesome. So another Mouseketeer in the Ramos house.
Oh,
That's gonna be awesome. Well, let's jump into things because I have a couple little things that I wanted to go through. So first off, I wanted to ask, and actually I think this is one of your questions. Were your top 3 favorite parts of this trip?
Oh, favorite parts. Okay. So the announcement of the second baby, that was really cool that we got to do that. Even though Kylie wasn't totally cooperative with the picture, we got it done. It was good. I would say that was great. Lisa being pregnant took some time to rest, obviously some days, and there was like one day where I could tell she just needed a little extra quiet. So this was probably one of my favorite parts of the trip, and it's what I got the pin for this trip representing the trip. I got a Flower and Garden Festival pin because just to give Lisa a little extra time to like rest and some quiet instead of just moving out to the living room in their 1-bedroom suite. I actually walked my butt over to Epcot because we were staying at the boardwalk. So it's a quick walk over there with Kylie.
Yep.
My friend Kevin and Gabby for Kylie's birthday got her like a little digital camera, like a kids friendly one that actually works. And we just literally, I strolled her around, pushed her around, saw a bunch of the topiary. She was taking pictures. Some of the pictures actually came out like kind of good for this little like kids camera, like really cool. And she loved that she got to take pictures. That was one of my favorite things we got to do because it was just me and Kylie. And like, I love the moments with like my whole family too, but it was just nice, like daddy-daughter time, gave Lisa some time to rest. And I was glad I was able to do that for her, some peace and quiet there. And just go around and see the topiaries. And she was pumped to see like Miss Piggy and Kermit and Figment and Mickey and all of them kind of thing. We saw the Huey, Dewey, Louie one. So she had a great old time just taking pictures. And I just had a good time like getting steps. Even though we didn't ride a single ride, it was just nice to be in the park and just explore basically. So that was really cool. So that was probably my second favorite moment. My third. So, Stevie, I know you're going to have a complaint about this. The Wednesday we were there was maybe one of the best park days I've ever had in my entire life. So that Wednesday, Magic Kingdom closed at 5 or 5:30, whatever the heck the time was.
Yes.
Because a company, I think it was SAP,
bought
out Magic Kingdom. And they also had like Dave Matthews Band perform, which is freaking nuts. But because that was happening, anyone with like a single park day ticket basically didn't show up. Because why would you use a single park day ticket on the Magic Kingdom when you're out of there at 5:30, especially if that's your only Magic Kingdom day? You're not going to do that because you're not going to get to experience the fireworks or the parade or anything like that.
Yep, very
Magic
true.
Kingdom was dead, like DEAD, dead. So we just ripped through Magic Kingdom. We didn't do every single ride just because we had it like Kylie. We ended up leaving at like 1:30. But we did everything. Like Magic Kingdom opened up at 7:30 in the morning. Me and my dad got there first, and Lisa and my mom and Kylie met us there after a little bit, just because they knew we wanted to do some of the bigger rides that Kylie couldn't go on, and that Lisa couldn't go on, and my mom wouldn't go on. So we did like Tron, we did Space Mountain, we did Buzz Lightyear Space Ranger Sprint Place, which is the new updates are freaking awesome. That ride is great. Then Lisa and Kylie and my mom met us there. We knocked out Peter Pan, Small World, Ariel, the Barnstormer, which was Kylie's first roller coaster credit. Another awesome moment. The Tomorrowland Speedway. We got lunch. It was awesome. Literally, when I tell you at like 12 o'clock, the longest line was Tron at 45 minutes. That's unfreaking heard of. Space Mountain was posting a 10-minute wait. I think like the longest lines were literally Seven Dwarfs and Tron, like 30 and 45 minutes. It was insane how little lines there were. Toward the end of the day, it got a little bit busier with some of those bigger rides. Like Thunder Mountain got busier at the end of the day because Thunder Mountain was closed for a little bit in the morning. That's another ride me and my dad got to do was Thunder Mountain. It was one of the best park days ever because we got so much done from 7:30 till like call it 1:30, 2 o'clock by the time we left. It was awesome. It was so much fun. It was kind of cool to be like in a basically empty park. That was great. And it's Magic freaking Kingdom. That was probably my third favorite moment because that day was just awesome. Like I said, Kai got to do the Barnstormer for the first time, her first roller coaster credit. She freaking loved it. She got to do Small World, which she loves. We did Peter Pan. It was just a great day. But what about you, Stevie? What are your 3 favorites?
So one of my 3 is going to be the fact that my brother and his girlfriend were there. It was awesome to experience it with them. My brother and I, we haven't vacationed together since it's probably been at least a good 14 years since we vacationed together. And actually, the last time that I can think of is my brother was still in high school. So it's the summer. He just got out of school. And I remember like I had my first like real job, like salary paying job out of college. And I paid for us to hit up Los Angeles. And it was around his birthday time. And so I knew like, you know what, there's not a whole lot that we can do, but we got preseason tickets, or I think it was like summer league tickets, because he's always been a huge Laker fan, mostly Kobe Bryant. And we went to summer league game. But that was like the last time that we together vacationed somewhere since like growing up. So it was awesome to be able to walk around Disney. And he was one of those people that beforehand was like, I mean, Disney's mainly for kids and blah, blah, blah. But once he got there and really got to experience everything going on, absolutely loved it to the point where
like they were having a blast.
Oh, they were having a blast to the point where even at the end, I was like, so, you know, what do you think of the trip? He goes, that was actually like, that was fun. He's like, let me know the next time you guys plan on, you know, going back to Disney, we would want to come back with you guys.
Yeah.
And so I was like, all right, that's perfect. That's all I needed to hear, is that you loved your time here. You loved, like I said, going on the rides. I know he was a little like iffy at first, like before when I was telling him, I was like, all right, so in order to rope drop, we got to be up at like 6 a.m. We're going to wake up Jazz at 6:30. He's like, who on vacation wakes up at 6 a.m.? And I was like, same. Disney vacation isn't really a vacation. It is a strategic conquering of rides.
Yeah.
So, but this is, you got to take this seriously. And once he was like getting on different rides and everything, he was like, all right, I get it now. See like how the crowds are and everything. Like, I get it now. So that was one of my favorite moments. The next one was, and I'll talk about it more when we talk about food, but getting a chance to go out to dinner with my wife, Katie. We had a lovely dinner. We went to Disney Springs, we went to Boathouse, which still, for me, reigns supreme. Favorite spot to have dinner at, or just a meal in general. It's just because, again, like this time, seeing as my brother and his girlfriend were with us, they were able to watch Jazz. And Katie and I, we both kind of do the same thing. We have a babysitter. It's really more so, or when we have a babysitter that's not like an actual babysitter, like if it's like a relative, we will do everything to put Jazz down already. So she's already in bed. And so it's really just, I just need you to watch the baby monitor and make sure she's good. So they were able to watch her because obviously last time when she was 10 months, we didn't really have anybody with us. So it was like, all right, we can't really go out and do things. But this time we were able to go out. We were able to, you know, have a lovely dinner, get some drinks. We didn't decide to like go out and, you know, do fireworks and everything, but it was really just, you know, get some dessert, some awesome food, and just relax, which I mean, being a parent, sometimes it's tough to just, you know, you and your spouse just go out and do things. So that was another one of my favorite moments. But my number one favorite moment, and I got to tell you, Cam, this was my Disney moment. Like overall Disney moment. So as you know, Jazz for like, let's say for the past 5 weeks before the trip, and like you said, every morning, I want to go to Mickey's house. I want to go to Mickey's house. She was so excited. So it's like, we get on the plane. It's like, all right, we're going to Mickey's house. Like, get ready. Like, wake up. We're going to Mickey's house. She was pumped for all of it. I've said this before on the pod. In my opinion, the best Mickey to visit is the one at Epcot, where you get him in the Supreme tuxedo showman look. And so we went to Epcot. I think this was our second day because we had breakfast that day at Akershus. That's how it's pronounced.
I think I was paying big time attention when they told us the name because we ate there for a couple mornings later.
Akershus. So we had breakfast at Akershus. And so we were, doing a couple of rides here and there. We actually rope dropped before breakfast. We rope dropped the Frozen ride.
Yeah.
So that was because since they're right next to each other, I was like, let's do it because I didn't get a lightning lane for us. So I was like, let's do it. But we got Jazz an autograph book. She got a Minnie Mouse autograph book. And the first autographs that we were going to get were Mickey, Minnie, Goofy, etc. Mm-hmm. Jazz is super excited. It's like, all right, we're going in. Like, hey, we're going to go meet Mickey and Minnie. And she was like, this is Mickey's house? And I'm like, well, yeah, like this is all Mickey's house. Like, we're going to Mickey's house. We walked in, and you know how sometimes like they'll have you kind of wait around the corner?
Yeah.
When we turned the corner, Jazz was starstruck.
Yeah.
Like, biggest smile on her face.
Yeah.
Like normally, I don't know if Kylie does this, but like normally when meeting other characters, she wants me to wants me or Katie to like walk with her to the characters. Mm-hmm. She forgot we were even there. She didn't like. She was all set. She was like, "It's Mickey Mouse." And again, she saw Mickey Mouse when she was 10 months, but she didn't really understand.
Of course, yeah.
This time, she was so excited. I gave her the pen and her book, and I was like, "All right, show Mickey this page." Mickey was walking over to her, and you would have thought, this was like the biggest star in the world, which for her, it was. It is, yeah. She was just absolutely starstruck. And she walked over to give him a hug, and they're holding hands. And while he's on one knee and he's signing the book, she's literally holding the bottom of her shirt, and you can look, she's like vibrating with excitement with the biggest smile on her face. Cam, I'm telling you right now, I actually teared up.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I was so happy for her and this whole situation that I was like, I'm literally like wiping my eyes while like taking pictures and everything. I was like, this is all I ever wanted for her.
It makes every single cent worth it, dude. And
exactly.
That's cool because like Kylie's the same way. Kylie loves characters. She'll go up to them fine for the ones that she knows, like Rafiki did freak her out. Rafiki walked by at Animal Kingdom and freaked her out. But like the characters she knows, she's shy. She doesn't really talk to them, but she'll go up to them, hug them, and like mime with them kind of thing. But like we had some great interactions with characters too. Like Minnie, Kylie got this little like Nala plush that's like a baby Nala from Lion King, and she's like another swaddle. Okay. And Minnie was like really cute playing with her. We had like maybe my favorite character interaction we had, which probably should have been my top 3 moments that I forgot about it until you just mentioned Jazzy meeting with Mickey, which I do want to say Katie put that picture up on her story. I almost cried because it was such a sweet picture of her just so happy. But the day we announced about the baby, Kylie was wearing a shirt that said "Big Sis," and we met Rapunzel, and that Rapunzel's like one of her favorite characters. Rapunzel and Mulan are favorite princesses, even though she's never watched Mulan ever because it's too scary. But she loves Mulan for some reason. But went up to Rapunzel and like we said, like, "Oh, Kylie, tell her what you're gonna be," and she's like, "I'm gonna be a big sis." And Rapunzel was so sweet. It was like signed the autograph book like to the best big sister. Like that was really cool. We had another moment with Mulan where like Mulan is sometimes hit or miss. Like we thought we were about to meet Mulan one time at Magic Kingdom because it said she was listed at a certain place. Ended up being Minnie Mouse. So like we really didn't want to hype up too much with Kai that we're gonna meet Mulan in case she wasn't there. We like found her at Hollywood Studios and we're like first in line before there was even a line. And I like said like, "Oh my God, Kylie, look who it is." And Mulan heard that her name was Kylie before Kylie even saw who it was. And Mulan goes, "Kylie, is that you? Can you come over here?" And like pretended like she knew Kylie, and Kylie was enamored. They were looking at like a bush together for squirrels. So she spent like a good like 3-4 minutes with Kylie, just like exploring the little area there. Like some really cool character moments this trip. The characters are awesome, dude. They're such good cast members. So shout out to those cast members that are helping put the magic and keeping that magic alive.
Yeah, absolutely amazing. Like, and I think, and the funny thing is, I don't think anybody noticed that I was like tearing up and like wiping my eyes. So like after I told Katie that I was like, I actually teared up when she met Mickey, and Katie was like, I could see just how happy Jazz was, because it was one of those. Jazz has gotten toys and all types of things before. I've never seen her that ever. Yeah. Like, it was the biggest smile, and she acts so differently than she's ever acted for anything.
That's awesome.
Anything that she's wanted. So it was like getting to meet Mickey Mouse. It was like, this is all I will max out credit cards to keep this going. I don't care. Yeah. This is beautiful.
It's the best,
it was the absolute best. All right. Well, now that we've gone through our 3 favorites, I think it's only right that, Cam, that we bring up what was your least favorite, or one part of the trip that you were not a huge fan of, if there was any.
I was a little sick at the beginning of the trip. Like, she had one day where she had like a little bit of a fever, but like she kind of toughed it out. And then the next day she was absolutely fine. So like that one day was stressful. I always get stressed when she gets sick. I get used to it because that's what kids do, is they get sick, and I'm gonna have a second one soon. So like I just got to get over the freaking thing. But I was just nervous because like you're playing a parenting away game basically, and like we had all the medicine and stuff like that to help her out and help her cough out and little fever she had, but she ended up being fine after like a day or two, which is great. So that was a little stressful, but otherwise the trip was great. The only part that sucked was leaving. Like, that's the only thing that sucked about the trip. We legitimately had a great freaking trip. I had exactly 8 minutes of rain, and I know that because it started to downpour when I was outside Blue Ribbon Corn Dog at the boardwalk getting a corn dog. And on my app, it said it's going to rain for the next 8 minutes. So I put a timer on. 8 minutes on the dot, it stopped raining, and I didn't see another thing of rain ever. There was a threat of thunder and lightning and rain, I think, on like maybe Monday or Tuesday night, I think. And I remember like running around Epcot just trying to try things at the Flower and Garden Festival for like food, and because I was so nervous to start downpouring. Not a single drop ever anywhere where I was. It was raining in other parts of Disney World, but I just got lucky. Literally 8 minutes of rain. That's all I experienced while I was in Disney World. So it was a great trip. Like, literally no complaints besides kind of getting sick for a day or two and then having to leave.
So for me, my least favorite. So Cam, you have heard this story. Allow me to tell you all about my rope drop complaint. So that same Wednesday where Cam had probably his favorite time at Magic Kingdom because of how much he was able to accomplish, because the parks was not as busy as it was. Katie and I were also going to Magic Kingdom, our whole group, and we decided, well, you know what? We have a lightning lane for Big Thunder Mountain, but it's at like 1:30, 1:45. I was like, if we rope drop Big Thunder, we don't have to stay here until 1:30 to get on the ride. We can rope drop it. We get on it early, then we can tackle other things, and we'll be fine. We can head back so that way Jazz can get a nap around her regular time, because I don't know about you, Cam, but for Jazz, her nap schedule was completely out the window. It was all over the place.
Yeah, big
so time. She was a constant, ticking time bomb at all times. So we get to Magic Kingdom. We're there I think we got there at 7:35. We're walking towards the castle. I see the cast member to my right over by Tomorrowland, where they're checking people to make sure that they're at a resort so they're good for early entry. So I was like, all right, we'll tap, we'll go through, and we'll start walking towards Big Thunder Mountain. So that way we can be one of the first in line. We tap, we start walking. We use that like side entrance, or like that side walkway on the right of the castle. So we're cruising past there. We're passing Mickey's Philharmagic. We're walking through. We're doing all of that stuff. And we see people walking around. We see some cast members that are still kind of like, they have like these, I don't know what those things are that like pick up things.
Grabbers.
Trash and all. Yeah, the grabbers to pick up. Yeah, any little trash that might be left around or anything like that. You also have some other people that are just kind of, wandering around. So we're beelining it. We walk through, we come around the other side entrance of the castle. So now we are over by Adventureland. Or is it Frontierland? I think it said.
You might be Liberty Square at this point.
Yes, I think it was Liberty Square. So we're Liberty Square. We see all the people that are at the rope because they're like, in my eyes, I didn't know that the section was closed, that it wasn't open. I'm thinking that these are people that are not early entry people, so they're just waiting. So I walk past all of them. Note, there's a guy in the colonial setup who looks right at us. There's nothing. He actually waved, like, hey. And while he's keeping people on the other side of the rope. So we walk past. Now we're at the point where we are right where Rivers of America used to be. So you have those
Liberty
like
Square.
Yeah, so you have those stands there. It's like, so to the right, you have Haunted Mansion.
Yeah.
And we're walking. I'm like high stepping it. We're hauling ass. This one guy, I think we just got past Country Bear Jamboree.
Mm-hmm.
And there's this one cast member. He doesn't look like a regular cast member, so he must have been like higher up.
Yeah.
I'm guessing like a coordinator or something.
Yeah.
But he has one of those grabbers, and he looks over and he was like, excuse me, like where are you guys heading? I was like, we have early entry, so we're going to rope drop Big Thunder Mountain. And he looks and he like looks around, and again, it's ghost town over there. Absolute ghost town. There's literally just us five and this one guy.
Yeah.
And he goes, oh, well, I'm sorry, but this section isn't open yet. So I was like, wait, what do you mean? Like, I told you, I did not know that rope drop means like certain sections open. I thought it was the park. Like you are stuck to the main like corridor and main street unless you have early entry. So I'm like, I don't understand. He was like, yeah, so I'm sorry, this section isn't open yet, blah, blah, blah. So I have to take you guys back to like the rope. So now we're walking with him. I'm a little pissed because I'm just kind of like, the whole point was to beat everybody. And now you're going to walk us over to have to wait with everybody. So we're starting to walk back now with this guy. And now we have to, essentially, we're waiting. We're probably about 15 feet away from where the, what's it called? From where that actual rope is.
Yeah.
Yeah, from where the rope is. We're talking for a little bit. And so finally, we had looked and it was like, I think Space Mountain had a 5-minute wait.
Yeah.
I know my brother Sabian, he wanted to get on Space Mountain. That's like his favorite ride. And so we were just like, you know what? Go to Space Mountain. Worst case scenario, you guys can stay until 1:30. You don't have a child to bring back for a nap.
Right.
So you guys can stay till 1:30. Me and Katie will get on the ride early. We'll do the rider swap, whatever. So they go over to Space Mountain. So now it's just me and Katie. We're kind of just like waiting. We're sitting at that little eatery that's right there past the rope. I forget what that place is called in Liberty Square. But we're sitting there and Jazz is just kind of like, I want to move. So I'm like, all right, let me walk the stroller. So I'm kind of walking the stroller back and forth.
Yeah.
You might know this space, but there's a little space where there's like a gazebo. I know Princess Tiana used to take pictures there.
Yeah, I think Merida
there were
was there on Mother's Day, right near the Christmas shop, basically.
Yes.
And Sleepy Hollows.
So I'm walking Jazz over there and I look and I'm like, all right, It's 7:59. I look over to Katie and I was like, hey, when it happens, just go. Me and Jazz, we're going to take this back way around the building and keep going. So she's like, all right. So the whole, the audio is going and all of that. They finally, I didn't even wait for the guy to undo the rope. I'm pushing the stroller, hightailing it behind the building. I'm coming around the corner. When they finally lift the rope, these people came in like a flood. It looked like old school Black Friday morning commercials. They're flying out. I turn the corner, and so I'm walking. I look to my left, and I see another flood of, literally, I don't know if you've ever seen World War Z, but I see another flood of people coming from the Adventureland entrance.
Yeah.
So now we're all about to meet in the middle. There is a line of maybe 12 cast members waiting there.
Yep.
In front of Frontierland,
chain, right?
Exactly, like a human chain. And there's this short lady, I believe she was the coordinator. She's in the middle. She has a walkie-talkie on her. And when everybody gets there, they're stopping people right in front of them. And she's like, all right, so just want to let everybody know, Tiana's and Big Thunder Mountain are having a delayed opening. Never said the reason. So just want to let everybody know that. But just to make sure everyone gets there safely, we're going to walk you all over to that section. So now we are walking behind these 12 people. And when I say we're walking, I mean, I know these cast members can feel people stepping on their heels. They are on their ass.
And that's a safety thing, right? So that way people aren't trampling over each other. So it's good crowd control. It just sucks that they're bringing you over somewhere that the rides are literally broken down. Because during this whole time, from my side of things, so I was there, I was ripping through rides in Tomorrowland, and I feel bad about that. Katie told me you guys were rope dropping Thunder Mountain. I assumed that you guys were already there at that section, that rope, and usually I'm shocked the cast member just wave to you and let you walk in, because the cast member there is always supposed to tell you this part of the land is closed. So when you guys
asked 5 cast members.
Yeah. So when you guys text me that you were rope dropping it, because that is a strategy people do. They say, screw it. We're not even going to worry about the Tomorrowland or Fantasyland that's open. We're just going to stand at these ropes here. And that way, when this opens, we'll rope drop that. Because you're waiting 30 minutes around for that rope drop to happen. But that's better than waiting an hour or more kind of thing. So I thought you guys were at the rope, knowing this part of the park is closed. And then the whole thing about the rides being down, I remember seeing that on the app being oh, I hope they got to ride it already, because I thought you guys were already on the ride at that point. I didn't realize you guys didn't know, or were not told by the cast members, you guys are not even allowed in this section, let alone on these rides. Forget the part of the rides being broken down. So I feel bad that I didn't call to clarify. I was because at that point, from basically when I was talking to Katie was no, Cam, we were walking through security when I texted you that. I was my bad. I thought you were at the ropes. If I knew you guys were walking through security, I would have called you and been you can do it if you want, or go to Tomorrowland and Fantasyland where the actual rides are happening. So I felt terrible after that. He's you didn't know where we were. I was okay, yeah, you're right. I definitely did it. I just assumed when you guys were at rope drop, because it's legitimately a rope drop for that. I felt so bad that you guys, like I said, I got through 4 rides that morning before, my mom and Lisa and Kylie came over. I felt bad you guys didn't get to do anything until then. So I felt terrible when I found out where you guys were, and that you guys weren't actually at the rope. You were walking in, so you didn't know that advice. And then it was, like I said, in a perfect world, none of this would have still happened, because the cast member would have been this is why there's a rope here. Don't go here. But they let you get in deep through the offensive line. It's crazy. You hit a whole freaking Marshawn Lynch in that thing.
I was zigzagging through things. Like I said,
those are almost a hater.
Yeah, went behind the like I said, we were pretty much past Country Bears Jamboree.
That's how deep
we were. We were easily maybe 200 feet away
Yeah.
from where the line starts for Big Thunder Mountain.
Yeah.
And so I was pissed because I was like, what the hell? Like, we did all of this. Luckily, so because I let Katie go, I was like, Katie, you just go. I'll stick with Jazz. I'll walk Jazz around, whatever. So Katie goes. I had to get and then I was like, hey, I'm asking the cast member, like, how does the rider switch work?
Yeah.
And so he's explaining it to me, but he was like, but I can't set you up with the rider switch until we are told that the ride is
actually
open.
Working. Right.
Yes, until the ride is actually working. So I was like, okay. So I think, and honestly, it really wasn't that long of a wait. Like, again, rope drops at 8. Katie was probably 15th in line. Yeah. So she was like probably like the second coaster.
Yeah.
To do Big Thunder Mountain. And I think it started like when the lady came over to say like, all right, it's good to go. It might've been like 8:15.
So that's
like,
it
wasn't that.
Then.
No, it's not terrible. So
just everything to get to that point sucked.
Yes. So she was able to get on. And as soon as it opened, I was able to tap my magic band, let the guy know, etc. And kind of go from there.
Yeah.
And so then when she got off, she took Jazz and she walked around a little bit with Jazz. I literally, because that early, there wasn't anybody lightning. I feel like people don't lightning lane first thing in the morning anyway.
Yeah.
Or they get like a burner ride.
That's
like
what we do. Yeah, we get a burner.
They're not getting the big ride. So for lightning lane, for me, I walked right on.
Yeah.
And got it done. So I was off that ride probably by 8:40.
Right.
And then from there, met up with my brother. They took Jazz for a second. I think they went on like the teacups and the carousel. Yeah. And we went and did Space Mountain. Yeah. But that whole ordeal of that morning, that was my least favorite. Because I remember after texting you and being like, oh, when we do the next episode, I got some harsh words for this rope
And then
drop.
we talked about it when we did Closet Rewind, and that's where everything clicked. I was like, oh my God, you guys weren't at the rope. You guys were in security. I could have saved this whole situation. I felt so bad. But you don't know what you don't know. You know what I mean? I was
like you said, like you said, we got so far past everything.
You shouldn't have even been in that situation because they should have stopped you and explained to you at like 7:52. And then you would have been fine, but you got through the line. You broke through like Marshawn Lynch.
No, nobody said anything. So we're zigzagging that walkway on the right side of the castle. We went right behind the castle, and in that walkway that goes to where you like taking pictures on the side of the castle, waved to the guy at rope drop right there, and then took a right and just walked right up the middle of the street. And there's nobody around. Like I said, I probably saw about 5 cast members during this whole like route, and no one said anything until we got to this guy that was probably a coordinator that was like, wait a minute, you're not supposed to be here. Yeah. And it was probably wondering the same thing. Like, I don't know why no one told you you're not, like, how did you get past everybody? Yeah. But yes, that was easily my least favorite part of the trip. Fair. Because of that morning.
But then you had the rest of the good stuff, which is good.
Yes. Everything else. The rest of the day after that, the rest of the day was chef's kiss. It was awesome.
Should we rapid fire through some of these other ones?
Yes. So next, Cam, I want to ask, what was your favorite food or snack on this trip?
Okay, so I got this food 3 times. It's that good. Let me preface this. I feel like I didn't eat a lot this trip because like I was just go when I was. And normally I stop and have a lot of food. Since Kai's been born, we've like stopped doing a lot of the restaurants because like dinners are hard with like Kai's nap time and trying to map out when to wake her up so she's in a good mood, and like especially if it's a restaurant in Magic Kingdom or near Magic Kingdom that requires getting on the bus and time. It's just tough. So I feel like I ate more snacks this trip, but my favorite thing I had, it is a top 3 Disney food for me at this point right now, was a street corn dog from Blue Ribbon Corn Dog Cart at the Boardwalk. It's phenomenal. I had 3 of these things at 3 different points. It was a corn dog, and like sometimes the breading on the corn dog sucks. like really bad. Like if you get like a frozen corn dog, like at a carnival or something like that, heat up, it sucks. This was fresh. It was delicious. The street corn was good, spicy. That was great. And then another classic that I have a lot there too, that I haven't had in a couple of years, was the grilled cheese and tomato soup from the Boardwalk Deli. That was phenomenal. I didn't have many things I loved at Flower and Garden Festival. I just maybe hit some bad booths this year. But one booth I really did love was the Magnolia booth. I don't know if it's Magnolia or Magnolia Terrace booth, but it was in the America Pavilion, and there was a Banana Foster bread pudding thing that was phenomenal, and a king cake flavored cider that was also really good. So those are some of the things I really enjoyed. Oh, and I got to try the pepperoni pizza spring rolls at the Toy Story cart. Freaking bomb too. But that street corn dog might be up there for like one of my favorite like counter servicey kind of meals. It came with a bag of chips. It was phenomenal. It's like that, the cheeseburger pots, which I actually didn't have on the trip, which made me sad. Those are probably two of my favorite counter services right now on property. That corn dog was unfreaking believable.
I mean, so I didn't get to have one of my favorites either. Hard to believe, but I did not get my Fiesta margarita this time around.
Oh, I forgot to ask you about that.
Yeah, well, just with everything going on and jazz and everything that, I just, honestly, we didn't even get to finish eating and drinking around the world. We only got, because there's 11 pavilions, we only got through 7.
It's tougher with a kid. It's just tougher.
Yeah, it's tougher, but
tougher with a toddler, I should say.
Yes, definitely.
Once we get nap times out of here, it's gonna be way better or easier.
100%.
I'm a far way away. I got the second one coming, so I'm far way away from no more nap times. But we'll get there one day.
Yeah, we'll get there eventually. So yeah, my favorites. So one, I'm putting this down as an honorable mention because it smacked, and I did not think it was going to be this good. The creation, I think it's called Creation Cafe at Art of Animation.
Yeah, that restaurant's great, or that counter service is awesome. It always begs.
Man, I had a meatball sub.
Yeah.
The meatball sub meal. Again, this is one of those that, just like your corn, I had this sub 3 times. Amazing. I don't know what it was, but they perfectly made the bun that the meatballs go in. It was garlic bread. So a garlic bread bun, you have your meatballs, you have your marinara. And actually, it wasn't really like marinara sauce. It was something, had much more of a spice to it, which was amazing.
Yeah.
But then you also had these like kettle chips that had like an Italian seasoning to them. Yeah. Like for me, it was a little hit or miss because I was like, this is a little too much spice at once. And I like spices to begin with, but Katie absolutely loved them. That meatball sub, phenomenal.
That's awesome, buddy.
That's the honorable mention. My number 1, I went to the Boathouse. And I am one of those people that when I go on vacation, I pull my Disney credit card out and I say, swipe it. Don't care. Just swipe it. I'm living large. I got the Chicago cut from the Boathouse. Cam, I don't know if you know what this is. So I just had to look it up just to make sure I got it right. It is a 22-ounce prime bone-in ribeye. Huge. I can't remember if I sent you a picture or not, but it is a massive steak.
Yeah.
It was honestly the best steak I've ever had.
I remember you gushing about this when we were in line for Cosmic Rewind. I was so pumped for you.
Oh, the best steak I've ever had. So it was that. They give you some red potatoes, and I got like grilled asparagus with it. But that steak with the Parmesan truffle fries, I literally could not stop eating.
Yeah.
Like, it was one of those things that was like, I'm getting full, but the flavor of this food, I can't stop. And I just kept going and going and going. Like, it was phenomenal.
Yeah.
Probably the best $90 I've ever spent on a steak.
I love
but it
that
was worth every penny. And to be completely honest, if they upped the prices on that steak, I would still buy it.
Still going back.
It was so good. I was like, Boathouse is my go-to every time.
Yeah.
Absolutely loved it.
That's great, buddy. It's nice when like you can just be like, nope, screw it. It's worth every cent of it. That's good.
Every cent. All right. Well, next, Cam, what was your favorite merch you bought on this trip? You're a merch person. So
I am.
What
I contained myself knowing I was going to Disneyland next month and 27 days after the time I was recording, but who's counting? And knowing I was going to go hog wild at Disneyland, buying like Cars Land merch and Disneyland 70th anniversary merch. I held myself to a limited thing. I did say leaving for the trip, I was going to get 1 souvenir and 2 pins. Cause every trip I go on, I get, starting a couple years ago, I get the pin with the year on it. And then I got a pin to represent that trip. So for example, it's a way for me to keep track of how, so like in 2024, I went 2 trips. So I got a 2024 pin. I got a pin to represent the trip that we went that May. And then I got a trip to represent that pin in November. So that way I keep it on my board so I can look, okay, 2024, I went 2 times. Here are 2 pins to remember. So I got a 2026 pin, and then I got the Flower and Garden Festival pin to just remember the time of me and Kylie going around taking pictures. I didn't hold myself to one other souvenir. I got 3. But which is pretty good for me because, like, you saw me in 2024. I was buying everything basically. I got 3 T-shirts. One of them my parents got me. It's this really sick looking like retro concert kind of style Epcot Forever shirt that I was obsessed with. Saw online. I got that. I got a Disney golf shirt that has like a Disney D, but the little part of it is a golf tee on the back has Grumpy snapping either like a driver or like a hybrid or something like that. It's fantastic, awesome shirt. Yeah. And then a shirt I saw last minute with Lisa because some of the graphic tees are like buy 2 for like a special price. It's this sick shirt. I was going to wear it today, but it's in the wash. It says Walt Disney World on the front. It has all these different pictures of like different icons and rides. And on the back, it looks like a concert tee where it has like the cities and the dates, whatever. But it has like the different things that's on the picture, like Cinderella Castle and like the opening date for that, and like Pirates of the Caribbean, Spaceship Earth, and it looks like a concert tee with the dates. And it was I just saw it last minute. I've never seen this shirt before. My friend told me she was like, Cam, that shirt's been around for years. I was like, I literally have never seen this shirt. Lisa was buying a shirt and she was like, I can either get a second one or do you see something you want so we get the deal? I was like, this concert style shirt. And she was like, oh, that's a cool one. Cause like on the back, like I said, it looks like the concert dates and stuff, but it's really the opening dates for things. That's probably my favorite souvenir item was that shirt. So like I said, I named all 5 souvenirs I bought, but it was cause they were quick, but that shirt was really cool. I'm going to name one only cause I know he's not listening to this. But we're going to make my best friend, Mikey, the new baby's godfather. And he loves golf. So at that Disney golf store, all the merch there is buy one, get one half off, basically, unless it's not on sale. So we got him like a white Mickey, I'm wearing a Donald one right now, but a white Mickey golf hat, Mickey Swinging Club. And I took it to the Magic Kingdom and I got Padrino on the side, which means Godfather in Portuguese. And he's Portuguese. So hopefully next weekend, I think we're trying to get breakfast with him and his wife and his son. We're going to gift it to him. And that's our way of telling him, hey, you're going to be the Godfather for baby number 2. So if anybody's listening to this, because Mikey definitely is it, but if anybody's listening to this and knows Mikey, keep your mouth shut, please. Thank you.
Awesome. Yeah, this trip, I got a few things of merch, one of which I had Disney ship home. So I think it's supposed to arrive either Thursday or Friday. But so the first thing was this hoodie. I am a huge fan ever since they started coming out with it or even showing hints of it. I love the Mickey peace sign apparel. Anything that has it on it, I'm a huge fan of it. So when I saw this,
it looks like Mickey's glove and he's doing a peace sign.
Yes. I love all of that. I have 2 other shirts that have this on it from last time that we were there.
Does it say Disney World on it? On the underneath the glove, it says Walt Disney World, right? Like
it
black.
Does.
Yeah, those are sick.
Yeah,
those are sick sweatshirts.
In black. So they had other ones. So they had like Winnie the Pooh. So one was like I think one was the Honey Pot.
They had
a couple other characters.
Minnie's old school hat was one of them, with the flowers sticking out of it. A couple years ago, they made one. I think I was telling you this before the show. It was the classic red Disney World balloon. And it said Walt Disney World on it. I looked everywhere for that freaking sweatshirt last year and they sold out, and then I didn't see them anymore this year. So I'm wondering if they're gone, but
yeah, so this was one of the ones that I got that I was like, oh, absolutely love this. Another thing, now, Cam, this is something that only Disney people understand. My brother didn't understand this, and his girlfriend didn't understand this. But when you go to Disney, whether it's Disneyland, Disney World, Disney Paris, any Disney, you got to have your Disney outfit ready to go. Like walking down Main Street in your Disney fit is like walking down the runway in Paris. It is, you want to have the coolest outfit, and it is even better when somebody compliments you on your outfit. So I know like you have that awesome Figment shirt. Like anybody that is a fan of Figment is going to be like, that is a dope shirt. So for me, like I'm going through like a bunch of different things. I'm you got to have something cool. So when I was at the Boathouse, I got a shirt and I wore it the next day. And I think I got like 10 compliments the next day. Again, it's a dad shirt, but it just says, it's like, Boathouse, Disney Springs on the bottom. But the words are, I'm just here to pay for everything.
That's funny.
I think every parent that saw me wear this shirt around Hollywood Studios was like, that's a cool shirt. We went to Chef Mickey's, like that shirt. That's a cool shirt. So I felt great about that one. But the other piece of merch that I got, it took some looking for because originally it was a May the 4th exclusive to the point where pretty much they sold out of it everywhere because of the whole Mandalorian Grogu thing. But I got myself a coffee mug, and it is the Mythosaur skull. Yeah. It's a coffee mug. And it says May the 4th on the back.
That's cool.
Apparently, like they only made a couple of them, and they said these were flying off the shelves. The only places that had them was Hollywood Studios in Galaxy's Edge. And most people don't think about this, but those shops when you first walk in the Hollywood Studios
on the left, right?
Yes, they have some stuff, but they said like they didn't sell out of them, so they had like 7 left.
Yeah.
But they were like everything else sold out. I also got a May the 4th shirt, but I'm pumped for that mug to show up because I was like, this is such a dope mug. But because of the tusks on it, I was like, I don't want to pack this in my bag. No, so I was like, you know what? I'll pay the extra $12. Ship it to me. Just ship it to me. I don't want anything bad to happen to this mug. It is way too cool a mug. But I'm pumped about that. This sweatshirt, the Boathouse shirt, and this, I know least favorite merch that was purchased. And Katie and I both knew that this was going to happen. My brother bought Jazz a bubble wand.
Those things suck there, buddy. They don't turn off. That's why you got to get the ones from Walmart for $10.
Oh, the bane of my existence. I hate pushing the stroller with this bubble wand just in my face. It's like, oh, the bubbles are magical. Yeah, until one gets in your eye. Like, these are the worst. But she loves her bubble wand. My brother was like, before we left on the last day, was like, the Mickey Mouse one.
The Mickey one? Okay, yeah.
With like the animations going around and everything like that. So like the main one. Absolutely loved it. She got that when we were on Tiana's, and my brother was like, yeah, I just figured what's something that's going to keep her happy and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, yeah, you went with the bubble one. And she was like, what's wrong with going the bubble one? I remember looking at Katie and we were both like, we knew it was going to happen.
Yeah.
We knew it was going to happen, and we knew Sabian would be the one to buy it for.
Yeah.
We knew.
That's what uncles are for, though.
Yep. 100%.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's jump on to the next thing. So, Cam, I wanted to do like a little ride recap. Like, were there any rides that really spoke to you? I know you talked a little bit about the Buzz Lightyear ride that you were like, you love the updates for it, but were there any other rides that you were like, I love this?
I mean, it's all the rides I've done before, right? So like the only thing that was new for me this year was, for rides at least, was Buzz Lightyear update, and then Big Thunder Mountains update.
Yep.
Big Thunder Mountain update was fine. It's very smooth now, which I kind of hate. I kind of like the janky roller coasters, honestly.
Smooth.
For Big Thunder Mountain, too smooth. Like Cosmic Rewind, that's smooth. Perfect. Keep that smooth forever. It was too smooth. The lighting package was fine, and nothing crazy. I did miss going on it, so it was nice to be back on Thunder Mountain. I'm expecting those big wait times to die down in the next year or so.
Yeah.
I mean, Thunder Mountain will always have like a 45 minute wait time, but like I saw some days they were pushing up like an hour and a half. I'm like, that's not going to happen in the future because people just want to do it because they haven't been able to ride it in like 400 days. That's why I love the updates for Buzz. The Buzz might be a top 10 attraction for me right now because I love the gamifying for. I know Joe Rody hates Buzz Lightyear Space Ranger Spin, whatever. It's fun. I did not get the Galactic Hero again. I did not get over 999,000, which you can get now. But I had a damn good time playing that. I played twice by myself, and I played once with Kylie, where Kylie and I were sharing the controller. Still managed to get like 150,000 points with Kylie on my lap, which is pretty freaking impressive, if you ask me. But
that is impressive.
And with her pressing the button sometimes too. But and definitely not hitting a single target. That was all me. But no, that's the rides that spoke to me. Like I said, everything else I've done, like Test Track 3.0, I did last July. Like the third day it was open. So nothing crazy. I know you had a lot more rides, like Tiana's, for example, that you hadn't done before. So
yeah. So for me, it was Big Thunder Mountain, which, to be completely honest, I really didn't remember a whole lot of how Big Thunder Mountain was. But getting on it this time, I was like, this is low. I think I had more fun on Barnstormer, to be completely honest. I was like, this is not that great. At least I wasn't like huge on it. The other one was, got on Tiana's. Tiana's was awesome. Absolutely loved it. Katie and I got soaked. We were front row. So we got absolutely soaked, which reminds me, I got to try the beignets. Kiss. Amazing. But yeah, got to ride Tiana's. And as you know, I survived Tower of Terror.
I'm very proud of you, buddy.
I decided to get on it because, I mean, originally everybody was saying, I know you yourself was like, hey, if Jazz is going to get on these roller coasters, maybe you should get on Tower of Terror. And I was like, I don't know. But my brother is also not a big roller coaster guy, and he tried roller coasters. So I was like, all right. Yeah. I've been getting Sabian to go on roller coasters. Yeah. I'll do it. And it was fun. I would do it again. I enjoyed it. It was not as bad as I thought it would be in my mind, but that was a fun one. I'm trying to think if there were any other rides that I got on that I wasn't able to get on before. Jazz and I, we had our first drive around on Tomorrowland Speedway. I had never been on that ride before, to be completely honest.
Did that, which was fun. Oh, sorry. A ride. Yeah. A highlight. I think I already mentioned this. Sorry. It just made me think of it right now because it's right next to it. Barnstormer, Kylie's first roller coaster credit. That's another ride that was really fun. I know Jazzy didn't love that one as much.
Yep, that was awesome. And then Cam, we went on Cosmic Rewind.
Your first bad song.
Bad song, but your first time in row 9 where the tail whip is serious.
Yeah.
You catch some serious speed when you are in the way back. And obviously people don't normally want that, but you feel those turns so much harder.
Yeah.
And it's awesome. So I love that. And then Jazz got her first time on Rise of the Resistance, and she loved it.
Yeah. That's so crazy that she got on that as a 2-year-old.
Yeah, as a 2-year-old, because they were like, oh, we just need you to put her down and have her stand over here. She went to go stand right under like the line or whatever. and she stood straight up and bumped her head on it. And the guy was like, oh, she's good.
That counts. Yep.
Yep. Like that counts. So she got to ride it. So I was like, all right, personally, I'm happy to know my 2-year-old hit the 40 mark, hit the 40-inch mark.
Yeah.
I mean, she's a big girl. I mean, you saw, we took that picture together of the girls together, and Jazz is,
I remember showing my dad.
So tall.
I showed my dad, and he goes, "Holy shit, Jazz is tall." I was like, "I know."
Yeah, she is. She is tall. I think she might have a good 2, maybe even 3 inches on Kylie currently.
Yeah, for sure.
She is super tall, but she loved Rise of the Resistance. And it's funny, it was so cute. After the ride ends and you're getting off, she tapped on the droid at the front like she would like one of our dogs.
Yeah.
And she was like, "Thank you, robot."
That's hilarious.
And left because the robot's supposed to be driving us around.
Yeah.
But she loved it, and so that was a very very fun time. All right, and then one other thing that I wanted to ask was, Cam, were there any shows that stood out to you? I know I have a couple, but were there any shows that stood out to you?
I'm not gonna. I don't know if this counts as a show or not, but the Disney Starlight, the new nighttime parade at Magic Kingdom, that was my first time doing it. Yep. Holy crap, that was stunning. We had a little mishap. I saw it technically twice. Lisa saw it 1.5 times. We were kind of go, and Kylie ended up having an accident, because we're potty training her, and got the whole stroller wet, got herself wet. So Lisa missed the second half of it the first time we tried watching it. Luckily, we were able to figure out how to get the stroller all clean before we came home, which was good, I guess. But that was a whole thing. So then we saw it. Me and Lisa went another night, the last night we were there, while my parents watched Kylie sleeping, basically. And what a stunning parade. The Peter Pan, Wendy flying scene got me. The Coco float got me. It was just a stunning parade. All the other shows, it's all stuff I've done before, basically. So I have nothing new to add. I'm going to ask you, because I haven't asked you yet, because I've been nervous, because I think the answer is no, you didn't see this. Did you go see Fantastic, Stevie?
We went and saw Fantastic.
Oh, you did? Okay, review. Yes,
we went and saw Fantastic. I actually really enjoyed it.
Good, because I was nervous. The fact that you didn't text me, I was like, oh, they must know. Like, if they didn't like this, then that means that, like, they don't want to, break my heart that they hated it. Okay, good. I'm glad you liked it. I love that.
Yeah, no, I absolutely loved it. I mean, then again, as far as texting, Cam, I'm the one that's either I've got Jazz on my shoulders, or I'm pushing the stroller, or I'm carrying her. Like, I'm all over the place. So we have our Disney parents group chat, and I rarely ever really get a chance to text, because again, I'm usually the one driving everywhere when we're home. So Katie can be the passenger princess and, text along with everything going on. I got to wait until we're done. And then I'm sitting there scrolling back to be like, so what was everybody talking about? So, but yes, I really enjoyed it. I loved how they mixed all the different movies and characters together. I was a huge fan. Yeah. One thing that I wish they would add, because they had Steamboat Willie there, I want to see more representation for my guy Oswald.
Yeah, you gotta go to for that.
I guess so. I want to see some Oswald. I saw in World of Disney, they had the big Oswalds, and I was like, can I get a little one? We got a little Figment to put on our shoulder, because Jazz absolutely loved it. But I was like, I want a little Oswald. So when you go to Disneyland, if you find a little Oswald, I'm gonna need you to get that for me. But yes, I really, really enjoyed Fantastic. I thought it was a great show. I was laughing at the beginning because finally got a chance to watch the whole ba, 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 and him just waving his arms around. I was like, see it now. But I was like, that was awesome. Another show that I watched that I actually really enjoyed, the Villains Unfairly Ever After.
Yep, I did that last July. Yep.
I'm a big Villains person. I liked that show. It was really cool. Obviously a different take on it. I think you said that you kind of did the same thing. While walking out, I heard the rap version instantly added it to my iPhone. It's in my
it's a great little Yeah, it's good.
I love it. Absolutely love it.
Yeah, it's a banger.
Yeah, that rapping version, I was like, this is dope. And Katie was like, I'm surprised there's not that many people here. I was like, trust me, once Rock and Roller Coaster opens, because right now it's kind of like tucked in the side.
Yeah.
Once you get more of a crowd coming over here, I think more people will check that show out.
Yeah.
But hopefully, I really like that.
Hopefully, because it's good. It's decent.
Yeah. I think it's a really good show. But I like that. We saw Mickey's PhilharMagic. Loved it. Now I understand when you were talking about like tattoos, and I was like, why not just get the sorcerer's hat on Donald? And then after seeing it, I was like, oh, okay, I understand.
Yeah, I don't want to.
You were saying this is a PhilharMagic shirt.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, but really like that. And then I think there was one other show that we really liked. Oh, Jazz. Jazz loved Zootopia. Better Together.
Yeah, Kylie did not love that show. Sorry, that's another thing I did do for the first time. I don't count that as doing it because the whole time I was just trying to like keep her as calm as possible. So I like kind of saw that show, but didn't really, basically.
She loved it. So she was the one. She's sitting there trying to grab everything while they're like, 3D coming towards her.
Could be Kylie. Did not keep the glasses on.
Oh, Jazz loved putting the glasses on. So that she did the same. She did that, and then the same thing for PhilharMagic, trying to like grab the instruments when they're flying towards her. She loved all of it. But that was awesome.
Oh, yeah.
But
what a trip recap, buddy.
Yeah,
let's do it again together in 2 years.
Yeah, I would like that. That was another thing that me and Katie were talking about. We were like, wait. If you really think about it, we've been going every other year for the past 6 years. Because we went this year, we went 2 years ago when Jazz was 10 months old, and then we went 2 years before that.
Yeah, 22, the week after I went. Because Katie and I were like working. That was the first time you guys went when I was coworkers with Katie, and you guys went like the week after me, like the week that Guardians opened, because Katie was the one that brought back like my hat, my shirt. I gave her money and then my little toy kind of thing. Yeah, you guys went, that opening year for Guardians 24 with us. And then this year. Yeah.
I mean, looking back, I feel like May, I'll still stand by it. I feel like May is probably outside of, Halloween and Christmas. May is the best time to go. It's not crazy hot, even though we did catch some heat while we were there.
Yeah,
it was
muggy.
There were some scorching days, but every May that Katie and I have gone, we're either there right when something opens or right before something opens. Because I know, so like the first time, like you said, the first time we went, it was the opening week. It was like 4 or 5 days after Cosmic Rewind opened.
Yeah.
Then the next time we went, it was like 6 days before Tiana's opened. And then this time around, it was literally a week before Rock and Roller Coaster, movie at Animal Kingdom, like all these things that they're lining up for Cool Kids Summer, the Soarin'. That was another thing that unfortunately we didn't get to do. We didn't get to ride Soarin', and it wasn't until Wednesday that I saw a post from Disney Food Blog.
It was closed.
That it was closing. I was like, oh, if I knew that, I would have pushed to try and get on this ride.
Yeah.
But we just didn't get around to it, and now it'll be opened Monday, I believe.
Yeah, with the new American version. I'm very excited to do the American version in Disneyland because they're opening it up there as well, so that'll be fun. But what a fine trip, buddy.
Yes, it was an awesome trip. Like I said,
I'm on to Disneyland now.
Easily my favorite trip out of all. Oh, that's another thing I forgot. We did Slinky Dog Dash. We finally got on Slinky Dog Dash. Loved it.
Nice.
Huge fan. Slinky Dog Dash was awesome.
That's a good ride.
So yeah, this trip, I feel like got a lot of stuff done, was able to tackle a lot of things that wasn't open with last time that we were there. Or, just check some things off the list of stuff that we had talked about that you were like, you're a huge fan of. And I was like, I've never gotten around to it.
And
but
next time it'll be even more things open, dude. Like literally, I mean, next year Tropics of America are going to open up. So I'm praying that's open when we get there in November. I'm assuming it will be. I'm hoping it will be. So that if you guys go in 2 years, you'll have Tropics of America. We'll be closer to Piston Peak. We'll be closer to Villains Land. That's the beauty. Yeah. People are like, why do you go back? It's like, well, there's always something opening, kind of. And like, yeah, you're not making a whole trip just for like, just to see Disney Starlight. Maybe you are. Maybe you're crazy like that. But like, it did still give you something to like look forward to. And then you do all the things you still loved back in the day. But it's constantly. It's not a museum. It's constantly growing, constantly changing. And that's why we love Disney World. That's part of it, right? It's always something new to explore and experience. Whether for me, like I said, this last trip, I did a lot of new stuff last July, but I still got the Disney Starlight for the first time. That was in just part of it, probably a highlight for the trip. I'm obsessed with that parade. Like kind of wanted to buy merch, but they didn't have any merch for it because that's how much I was like enamored with this parade. It was beautiful, it was magical. And yeah, next trip I go to Disney World, they'll hopefully be Tropics of America, and I'll get to see Casita and the Indiana Jones ride and all this stuff. So it'll be good. Yep.
It will be awesome, which reminds me, I do have to tell you, I got on the People Mover. It's a vibe.
Of course it is. Of course it's a vibe.
I get it now, Kim.
Yes, it's the whole thing, dude. I love this.
Got on the People Mover with Jazz, and I was like, this is chill.
It's just chill. That's all it is. It's nothing crazy.
Nothing crazy. Want to hype it up too much,
but it's a good little get off your tootsies and just hang out for a little bit.
Yeah, but I did choose to not do Carousel of Progress. I'm sorry. I still think
I didn't even get on this trip. I feel bad I didn't get on this trip. But all right, buddy. Your boy needs to go to bed. This has been fun, reminiscing. Now I'm sad I'm not there, but I'll just be scrolling on my phone for pictures tonight before bed.
Yeah. It was a great time. Thank you again for helping to book everything.
Happy to do it, my friend. Hopefully it went smoothly. I was like I was getting nervous when it's people I know. I'm like, I get nervous for all the clients. I was like, I just want to make sure everything, because I had 3 other clients that was there. I was like, everything good, right? Like the hotel check-in. They're like, yeah, Cam, we're good. You planned everything fine. I was like, okay, I just like to make sure. I really don't want to screw up anybody's Disney trip. So
you did an awesome job, Cam.
Appreciate
it was awesome. We had a blast, and we will definitely be doing it again. Maybe not in another 2 years. We might decide to wait a little bit longer. I've got a Disney Visa card that is that needs to get paid off.
I'm still holding out for the Ramos Jenkins 2030 Disneyland trip for the 75th anniversary. So that's what I'm hoping for that one. That'll be fun.
That might be the next trip to Disney, to be completely honest.
That'll be good. 2030 Disneyland.
Got some magic to pay off. Let's be real. There's some magic that needs to be paid off first. But with that, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to sign off. I hope you guys had fun listening to us while we sit here and still cope with the fact that we are no longer Disney World. So while Cam cries himself to sleep and I look at pictures of probably the most magical trip I've had so far, just want to say to everybody, a lovely day, a magical weekend. No, what am I saying? A lovely day, an awesome weekend, and as always, keep it magical.
See ya.
Thanks for listening to this week's episode of Dadventures Around the Kingdom. You can listen to the pod on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and YouTube. You can also find us on our Instagram at Dadventures Around the Kingdom. If you have any ideas for future episode topics you'd like to hear, be sure to DM us on Instagram or email us at datkpod@gmail.com. Again, that's datkpod@gmail.com. If you want to follow our host Stevie on Instagram, you can do that at StevieJenko. And if you want to follow me on Instagram, you can also do that by following at Magical Vacays by Cam. That's my travel agency page if you're interested in booking Walt Disney World or Disneyland vacation at no additional cost to you. Feel free to DM me on there so we can definitely talk and I can get you a free, no obligation quote. Again, thanks for listening to Dadventures Around the Kingdom. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye.